So I would say there are 4 types of powers that have always, in the existence of humankind, there's 4 types of powers that continue to vie for supremacy. There's theological power, like you said. I mean, yes, we're talking about Iran. Let's not forget there's a place called Vatican City.
Right. Which is immensely powerful.
Correct. And theological, right? So yes, there's the whole religious school of power. And then yes, there is essentially the collectivist or communist sort of power. That's also known as your socialist power. I would say that when you're really looking at collectivism, you're looking at Europe, and you're looking at those countries that are developing countries in Europe. You're looking at the Bulgarias and the Armenias and the Georgias and the Romanias, right? Where essentially everybody has equal vote, right? A democracy where everybody has equal vote. From that collectivist system, you have a centralized system. That's the United States, Canada, the UK. In a centralized system, everybody has a vote, but your vote is not equal, because what you're voting for is a representative who has more power and more say than you. And that representative represents you at the federal level. So the United States is a representative republic, right? We are not a true democracy. We vote for representatives. Those representatives represent their constituents, and they're the ones that actually go deal with the day-to-day issues. In a true democracy, you and I vote on day-to-day issues. So you've got those 3, again, theological, your collectivist, you've got your centralized, and then you have your authoritarian. Authoritarian is when you have huge continuity of power, 12 years, 20 years, 25 years, just like you're seeing with Xi Jinping, who's been elected multiple times, and you're seeing with Putin, who's been elected multiple times. Elected, I use loosely, of course, right? But authoritarian powers, dictatorships like North Korea, where one family has ruled that country for 3 generations, right? So those 4 different versions of power have been vying ever since you and I were rubbing sticks together trying to make fire. I think we're going to make fire if we pray to the gods. You think we're going to make fire if we all throw out our ideas. Somebody else thinks we're going to make fire if we all shut the fuck up and let the guy who makes fire make fire, right? Everybody has a different opinion. That's just the way we work. Now, your second question was whether reading between the lines. Thank you for saying that. I am not trying to make anyone read between the lines. The honest to God truth is, no matter what society you live in, the more you participate in the benefits of society, the more you must pay for those benefits in exchanging your freedoms. Whether you're authoritarian, whether you're theological, whether you're centralized, right? You are going to trade your personal and individual freedoms for the benefits that come with society. So if you want more freedom, by all means, go for it. If you want to carry your guns around and make your own food and collect rainwater, have at it. I don't judge you. But be ready for the fact that you're going to give up the conveniences of whatever country you live in, whether it's first world, developing, or third world. You're going to trade something to have that kind of freedom. The people who are really stupid, and I'm using that word intentionally, Connor, stupid people think that they can have their cake and eat it too. They think, oh no, I can be whatever. I can vote for whoever I want to vote for, or I cannot vote. I can stash my guns, store my weapons, and homeschool my children, and I don't have to pay taxes because I'm not sending my kids to school, and I don't have to worry about all this other stuff, but the power should still run to my house, and somebody should be making sure that other people drive the speed limit. I mean, that's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous assumption that that is something that you're going to get.
Yeah, it's like wanting to eject from the society and culture that you live in, but reap the benefits from it. It's almost like in Canada, Quebec has tried to leave the country a number of times. And one of the reasons why it didn't work I can't remember what year it was, but they almost got to create their own sovereign nation. But the kicker was that they wanted to leave the country without taking any of the debt that they had accrued over the years of being in the country. And it was like, well, how the fuck does that make any sense? You know, yep. So that didn't pan out because it was like, well, if you're going to leave, and then they wanted to use the Canadian currency. And so it's just an analogy that goes along with that.
Fresh on. Freedom!